Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So as you can probably tell, there's something different going on here. If you guys haven't learned yet, I change my hair all the time and I've just been feeling these Billie Eilish vibes and decided I wanted to go the neon green and black route. So I hope you guys like my new hair. I changed my Instagram aesthetic based on what hair color I have, so look out for changes in my feed as well. I have another video in my astrology series for you today, and we are going to be covering the angles. So if you haven't seen my last few videos, I recommend you go watch them. We discuss the planets, the modes, the elements, the signs, the houses, and now we have made it to the angles. All right, let's just jump right into this video. Okay, so within every birth chart, there are 4 very critical points, and these are called the angles. The angles sit at the cusp of the 1st, the 4th, the 7th, and the 10th house. These 4 angles create a cross shape in your birth chart, with the 1st and the 7th house being connected by a horizontal line, and the 4th and the 10th house being connected by a vertical line. In the astrology community, this is known as the cross of matter. This cross just generally is flowing with energy. There is a electrical buzz around this cross in your chart, so any planets or aspects you have near it are emphasized and more powerful, and the energy of these planets will be magnified. The angle that begins at the cusp of your 1st house is known as your ascendant or your rising. It is the sign that was rising in the east at the time of your birth. So your ascendant is basically the mask that you put on to the world. It is people's first impression of you. This is the sign that you really display to people before you can feel comfortable opening up and showing them your true self, which is your sun sign. So for example, if your rising sign is Scorpio, you probably come off to other people as kind of closed off or mysterious or secretive. You're not really going to talk much about yourself. You're not really going to open up. You're going to listen and observe, and that is the impression that people get of you upon meeting you for the first time. Okay, so moving on. The angle opposite of your ascendant is known as your descendant, and it marks the cusp of your 7th house. Your descendant sign shows us what you look for in relationships and the traits and characteristics that you instinctively search for in a partner. Like I said before, it is at the cusp of your 7th house, which is all about relationships, marriage, commitment, that sort of thing. So we're getting that major 7th house energy when it comes to your descendant sign. Now, for example, if your ascendant is Scorpio, then your descendant would be Taurus because they are opposite in the chart. And that would mean you really seek out a partner that is very practical, reliable, loyal, that's very important to you. You would probably seek out someone that has a very strong material sense of worth, sense of self, someone who likes being comfortable, likes the nice things in life. Okay, so now let's talk about the vertical line that connects the 4th house and the 10th house. Now, this line is known as the parental axis because it has everything to do with our roots and how we grow into ourselves as individuals. The angle that begins at the cusp of your 4th house is known as the IC. Yes, come for me. I know that there's a longer name for it, but I really just can't pronounce it. So we're gonna go with IC for now. This angle represents our foundations and our roots. It is the lowest point in our birth chart, and it is also where we find comfort. This angle is deeply personal. It's things that we kind of keep to ourselves. It's not in the public view. It's basically where we want to lay our head down at night and what makes us feel wholesome. So for example, if your IC is in Aquarius, then you probably had a pretty non-traditional childhood. So that could mean that you either moved around a lot as a kid, or maybe your parents were very detached. It could also mean things like you had a very quirky and eccentric childhood. Maybe your parents were on the weirder side. It basically just means that your childhood was probably different compared to the people around you. And because of this, you probably find comfort in personal freedom and individuality, free thinking, that sort of thing. Okay, so the angle that forms at the cusp of your 10th house is known as your midheaven. And it was this sign at the most elevated point in the sky at your time of birth. Your midheaven falling at the cusp of your 10th house is all about what you aspire to be, your career, your aims, your goals, where you want to end up in life. It is also about our public perception and our professional reputation. So for example, if your midheaven is in Leo, then you are extremely ambitious and you probably have a lot of pride in how you are viewed professionally. You definitely have like a potential for leadership and command, and you might also feel just like you're destined for greatness. Basically. All right, guys. Well, that was the video for today. I know it was shorter than my other videos, which I'm sure is a relief for some of you, but yeah, those are the angles. I wanted to dedicate a whole video to them because they are a very, very important part of your birth chart. So I would definitely recommend committing those to memory. My next video will be all about the aspects, and it will definitely be on the longer side. So gear up and get ready for that. I hope I explained this all well. Please don't hesitate to reach out if you have any criticisms or comments or anything like that. You can DM me on Instagram or you can comment on this video below. Make sure you like, subscribe, and turn on the notification button so you're updated every time I post new content. Yeah, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I will see you next time.